Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Collier here, and I wasn't going to film this one, but as I'm starting to work on it, I'm realizing this is going to be a really interesting piece. So I went down, got the camera, we got it set up, and let's just kind of go jump in there and see what it's going to look like and see what I have to do. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is drink the beer. Well, no, I'm not going to drink the beer. Well, maybe I'll have it tonight. I put it in a bottle and put it back in the fridge. But I went and bought this Foster's beer can because what we have to do, what these guys want me to do, is to build a new lid for it. And so I cut out the old lid, and now I need to build something that's going to fit around the outside of the old lid. And let's come in closer so we can see it. Yeah, somewhere in there. So I got to have something that'll fit around the outside of the old lid and into the inside and then come straight across. Now, as usual with these inventor types, I can't tell you what it's going to do or why I'm doing it, but I can tell you how I'm going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and move forward with that. And what I have to do is I have to make a die that is going to take a piece of flat aluminum, and when I crush it, it's going to create a little lid that'll go down over this. So, hang in there with me. Let's have some fun. Now, as I said before, I started this thing and I got about, a little ways into it and realized this is going to be an interesting project. So basically, I just cut two pieces of steel off of a bar of 12L14, and I'm going to come in and make a positive and a negative so that I can put it on the press and press a piece of aluminum, and hopefully it'll come out in that general shape. So we're going to continue to cut, and we've got our head set at 10 degrees, and we're going to cut this inside of the 10 degrees because notice the can has just a little bit of a taper here. You can see that. So we're working with that taper right at the moment. All right, so now we've got the can and we're looking at it and we're trying to figure out what the angle is right here. And I'm sure there's some kind of mathematical approach, but I'm not a mathematical kind of guy, so we're going to not do that. But I think what I might do is go ahead and cut this rim off and just drop it in next to it and see if it's close. But I'm already seeing that it looks pretty good. And we're at 10 degrees right there. And again, this is, we're making a lid here just to kind of give us an idea of what it's going to look like rather than, oh, this is the final product. This is just a prototype. So I think we're just going to fake it and go ahead and use what we've got. And that looks pretty good. And we've got a taper down to, what's our measurement right here? It looks like 70 thousandths. So we're going to take this taper down until we got the 70 thousandths on this wall here, and right now we're sitting at probably, oh, I don't know, 150 or so. So we've got a ways to go. Good. I think we've basically got what we want. Now I want to take this edge off here because it's more of a rollover than anything. And you know, you can look at it here. Look from the side, and you can see it kind of has a bit of a taper to it. So this is going to go like that. It basically goes like this. Okay, and so this will be just a bit of a rollover. All right, so let's just swing our bit around. All right, and I think that's going to get us what we want. Now the question is this deep enough? And the answer is yes. We've got just a little bit of a rib to kind of land on the outside of this rim so that we can roll it under. I think it'll be fine. So let's take this one off, and now we're going to make the opposite of that. Now let's look at that and see what the opposite is going to look like. I see it right now. No problem. Okay, so we'll square up this surface. All right, so we've got our disc, we've got it surfaced, we cut our bit, and we positioned it, and what I've done is I'm just bringing this piece in so that it's even with the other piece, and then bringing the bit right up to the line. And I'm almost positive we are in really good shape here. Actually, it looks like we should come back a bit. Maybe just a little bit more. That looks pretty good. Now we'll get our groove started, and then come in and test this and see how it's going to fit. So let's see what we can do about cutting the groove. Let's give it a try and see how close we are as far as the two edges fitting. Pretty close, I would say. Looks like there's a little bit, it looks like we're a little wide actually. So maybe we come in just a little bit. And 3/1000. All right, we're going to take a measurement here. I'm a little worried that this thing is off. And we're still at the point where we can save it if it is. So we're sitting at, I'm thinking it's way off. We're off by 20 thousandths. All right. Let's see here. Yep. Okay, we're at 90. Let's just bring it down to 60. So 30 thousandths. All right, so then that means we're going to go in 15. All right, let's do it from there. Well, we had to move our head in. We had to switch everything around because my compound was 10 degrees this way and it needs to be 10 degrees that way. So we switched that around and everything had to shift. So now we're back to, hopefully back to where we want to go. Well, that's that for that. I was just getting ready to pull that out and relieve it too. That's enough to piss a person off. Not only that, but it's jammed in there. Oh, no, it isn't. It's okay. Well, okay, back to the drawing board. It's not bad. It looks like it grabbed on the inside, which is where we're going to cut it anyhow. Well, I'm guessing that was the only one of those that I had. So, I mean, I do have the other side, but I don't know. That's so thin. Look at that. I don't think that's going to do a thing. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, let's see what we can come up with. Okay, well, we found another bit and we sharpened it and we relieved it a little bit and we're ready to get back in here and go for it again. So, hey, let's have some fun. All right, we've got a new bit with a stronger bottom on it, and whether it'll hold up or not, I don't know, but we're going to give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. Well, I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, I've had to grind 3 bits. And these aren't the easy ones to grind. Look at that. I had to grind all the way down this last one. God, took about 20 minutes. Let's see how far I've gotten. Well, we're getting there. Oh, about 3/4. Okay, cool.
So this is part of that
Yeah,
rebuilding that thing?
this goes on here. It goes into there. And these two will sandwich together under the press and press one cap.
Oh, right. This isn't the thing I thought it was. This is for the chug.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chogola.
Chugola.
Hey, well, whoever pays me.
Yeah.
I just had a guy contact me, he wants me to fix his tractor. He lives in Oregon.
Oh,
Well, he's going to send me the part.
right.
That's how few people do this kind of work.
Yeah, it totally is. Totally is.
All right, I'm going to continue.
Okay.
All right, so what we've got, and we're almost fitting. I mean, you know, it's a little bit sloppy still. We gotta create that taper a little bit more. But the reality of it is that there's a difference between this level and this level. And I measure it, and it's 100 thousandths, almost perfectly 100 thousandths. So what we have to do is we have to take this outside edge. Let me point at it. From here out, we have to take 100 thousandths off of that. And I think what I want to do is I want to be pretty precise about that. Let me get a bit that's going to work. That looks pretty good. You know what? I'm going to get a finishing bit. Yeah, this ought to do. Oops. It's in the wrong direction, of course. Well, maybe we can just do it from here. Nope, we can't. All right. So we're going to flip that. All right. And we're going to bring this in, bring this direction. We'll do a touch off. And I think what we're going to do is put a dial indicator on this little ledge here. Mostly because my DRO, which is the, what is this, X direction, is screwed up. And I ordered a new one, and it came, and you know, it takes a couple of hours to install it. And I just haven't gotten around to that yet. So there's 0. we're going to bring this back to 0. And we will just come in 100 thousandths. All right, there's 0. And we're going to come all the way into the gap. So let's do that. And you know what? How does that look? Do we have any kind of a... Yeah, we got some. Sure, why not? All right, there's 100 thousandths. We can take the dial indicator off, put it away. We'll get our carriage stop, bring it up into that position, and we've got it. All right, let's go. We got a little ribbon we got to get rid of here. And I know a better way to get rid of it. I don't know if I can get in there. Well, we just rolled it into the hole. That's good. We can get it out. Now, since I've got all my carriage and everything set up for the other, plunge, all we got to do is bring that back over, put it in place, and plunge away. And we have another 100 thousandths to plunge off of that.